Welcome back, and if you're just joining us, you are watching The Big Ten. The countdown continues. Just before we took a break, we told you that Kenya's population is now at 47.6 million people. But not all have accepted the findings of this year's census. The Kenya National Bureau of Statistics had, however, defended the preliminary results of the 2019 national census, saying the census results are factual and credible.
The initial results of the much-awaited 2019 population census was released Monday, putting Kenya's population stand at 47.6 million. But a section of political leaders have since disputed the census findings in their areas and representation.
What has come out now in this census is a real injustice which is being played in the public forum in front of the people.
You want to sustain your tyranny, you must retreat to the bedroom. You cannot retreat to the boardroom.
The Kenya National Bureau of Statistics has now emerged to defend the outcome of this year's census, which was the first digitally conducted census in Kenya's history.
There is the assurance that we did a credible job, and the quality, we are sure that the results that we disseminated or we generated are robust statistically.
The statistics body has said it stands ready to defend its figures, saying the numbers reflect Kenyans who were in the country at the time of the count in August. The census was conducted on the nights of August 24th and 25th and through to 31st August. The KNBS boss has, however, said that the Statistics Bureau is open to dialogue with political leaders who are questioning the veracity of the population census.
We will wait, but I can assure you that we are continuously engaging with the leadership so that we can explain, having positive engagement, so that we can explain the process. The process, it involved using mobile technology, using local people to do the actual count. So the process is engagement, continuously engaging, and we would not anticipate or speculate about what would happen.
The figures show that Nairobi was Kenya's most populous county at nearly 4.4 million people, up from 3.13 million in 2009. Other populous counties include Kiambu, Nakuru, Kakamega and Bungoma. Lamu, Isiolo, Samburu, Tana River and Marsabit counties emerged as the least populous counties. Victoria Amunga for Metropole TV, Nairobi.
Let's put the census results aside. It was a dramatic week at the National Assembly, where repeal of interest rate curbs on bank loans finally came into reality after the members of the National Assembly failed to raise a quorum required to oppose a presidential memo that was pushing for removal of rate curbs. The memorandum was passed along with an amendment proposed by the House Committee on Finance calling for retention of rate curbs on existing loans.
As has been displayed, total present 136. Manual present 25. Total 161. The net effect therefore, the net effect on the motion is that the ayes have it and the motion is carried because we were not able to raise the 233 to take a vote, a vote either way. So the ayes have it, motion is carried. That is the Constitution. That is the Constitution. You can go and check.
Now, this passage of the memo set the stage for the assent of the Finance Bill 2019 by President Uhuru Kenyatta, which saw the repeal of Section 33B of the Banking Act that introduced rate curbs on loans in September 2016. Soon after the vote, we spoke to a number of parliamentarians, including the man who sponsored the passage of the interest rate curbs law, Kiambu Town Member of Parliament, June Jama.
what the banks are going to charge after this, because they say we are very risky, very, very risky. They could jump from 13% to 25% or to whatever they want, now that they will have the independence to do that. But I can tell them one thing, we are watching them very, very keenly. We know they have mistreated our people in the past. We know they have a high affinity of mistreating them again. And we know that we have a responsibility to protect our people. The law tells us that we cannot reintroduce this same law within a span of 6 months. But after 6 months, if we feel that the banks are overcharging our people, are mistreating our people, we shall revisit.
Gatundu South MP Moses Kuria, however, held the removal of interest rate cap would not be the silver bullet to addressing the availability of credit.
Was for a more graduated regime whereby we could have risk-based pricing based on credit scoring, and graduated whereby, in my scheme of things, we will never exceed 20%.
But economist Kwame Owino contended that the government must reduce its debt appetite in order to push down lending rates.
Remind the executive that it is not Father Christmas distributing money to every single project that people want. Then obviously we bring our debt under control, or rather the deficit under control, and that manages the debt, and at the same time send signals to the market that, look, you are not supposed to be lending to government, you're supposed to be lending to enterprises.
Hand in hand with that, commercial banks led by KCB, however, welcomed the repeal of the interest rate caps law. KCB Group CEO Joshua Igara, who is also the chairman of the Kenya Bankers Association, has said borrowers should not expect a sudden increase in interest rates, and saying, and I quote, "The regime of the 20% interest rate is long gone," end of quote. He, however, indicated that interest rates on loans to high-risk borrowers may go up by up to 3 percentage points, noting that lending rates may rise to at least 16% with the removal of rate caps.
The curtains are set to come down on the era of interest rate caps that have been in place since September 2016. This is after the National Assembly failed to raise the two-thirds majority required to oppose President Uhuru Kenyatta's memorandum on the Finance Bill 2019 that was pushing for a repeal of the interest rate capping law. Following its passage, fear is rife over what the cost of borrowing will be, particularly to new borrowers. But according to KCB Group CEO Joshua Oigara, borrowers should expect a status quo on lending rates, at least for now.
We don't see a change in the rates, that are today existing for current customers. So I also want to just remove this view that banks are reckless, that tomorrow, let's assume that the cap was removed today, the banks are going to price 20% on their interest rates. I want to say that this is not something that will happen in our industry. The regime of the 20% interest rate is long gone.
This might not be true, though, for all borrowers, as banks will now shift to risk-based approach to lending that varies lending rates depending on an individual borrower's risk profile. But the KCB Group CEO, who's also the chairman of the Kenya Bankers Association, has said the banking industry has learned a number of lessons over the last 2 years with regard to how they price the risk of borrowers.
There are new customers who are not borrowing today because banks said you're high risk. So maybe it's a micro enterprise, maybe it's a customer with a poor credit score. So what I think will happen is that those who will start accessing credit in the industry, there are many banks ready to lend. So those ones you may see a 2-3% increase. Correct? But in my view, what is important is that we are not going to see a massive change. And I really want to say that for me, as a leader in the industry, we don't see an opportunity to go back to the old behavior.
Behavior change has also emerged to be the rallying call to commercial banks, with President Uhuru Kenyatta now calling on banks to change their attitudes to micro, small and medium enterprises.
Huwezi kusema sitakopa, huyu hatachukua mkopo kwa sababu ni high risk. Niwaulize, mkiwaita high risk, wewe mwenye benki ukisema huwezi
kukopesha huyu kwa sababu ni high risk. Biashara hiyo yake ikifilisika, vijana wale ambaye ameandika wakifilisika, je, wewe ambao umekaa kwa ofisi yako kubwa katika 24th floor, maisha yako jamani itakuwa namna gani?
The proponent of the soon-to-be repealed interest rate capping law has also warned that Parliament could revisit rate capping in 6 months' time should banks fail to lower their lending rates.
We don't know what the banks are going to charge after this, because they say we are very risky, very, very risky. They could jump from 13% to 25% or to whatever they want, now that they will have the independence to do that. But I can tell them one thing, we are watching them very, very keenly. We know they have mistreated our people in the past. We know they have a high affinity of mistreating them again. And we know that we have a responsibility to protect our people. The law tells us that we cannot reintroduce this same law within a span of 6 months. But after 6 months, if we feel that the banks are overcharging our people, are mistreating our people, we shall revisit.
And on that point of revisiting.
But players in the banking industry say lowering lending rates is not the sole prerogative of commercial banks.
As long as government's management of its fiscal side, and we are very happy to see the Cabinet Secretary, the National Treasury and Planning, managing that strongly, government borrowing and appetite, correct? Basically removing the private sector from borrowing. As long as those are managed, banks will price credit based on the market conditions.
While the return to market-determined lending rates has been welcomed by the banking industry, it remains to be seen whether banks will win back the trust of the average borrower and whether access to credit will be unlocked with the repeal of the interest rate caps. Ingrid Nantege, Metropole TV.
And as the era of rate cuts came to an end, commercial banks rolled out a new initiative that seeks to deepen access to credit for micro, small and medium enterprises in the country. The Starwood digital lending project will be backed by a 10 billion shillings kitty that will extend short-term loans of between 30,000 shillings and 250,000 shillings. The product, which was initially backed by 4 commercial banks, hopes to attract the participation of an additional 40 commercial banks by the end of this month.
Access to credit as well as the high cost of credit have regularly been cited amongst the biggest hindrances to doing business in Kenya, especially for businesses in the informal sector. This is the reality that commercial banks are seeking to change with the launch of the Stawi mobile lending platform.
As be running a business, you register, you have some little kind of information, you have some business permit, and the reason for it is competitive. It's based at 9%. It's the best price product in the market. There are limits. 30,000 is the minimum. 250,000 is the maximum that you can get. And you can pay it within 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, or as you choose. So you can think like it's a term facility that you can pay based on your cash flows that you have.
Using technology, the Stawi platform will utilize one's credit history and credit score of consumers to address that predicament.
What we are depending on heavily is the data. So we have built a pretty strong credit scoring engine that determines whether someone qualifies. We look at the data, it's analyzed through this credit engine, and through that, it spills out.
However, Central Bank of Kenya Governor Dr. Patrick Njoroge has said more needs to be done to help SMEs break even, scale up, and survive beyond their 3rd and 5th birthdays.
More remains to be done, not just through finance, but also through capacity building, enabling access to markets, promoting innovation, and most importantly, through creating an enabling business environment.
During the launch, President Kenyatta reiterated the government's commitment to supporting SMEs in exploiting the opportunities that will be opened up through the implementation of the Big Four agenda.
My administration has partnered with the small business enterprises in the construction industry to provide doors and windows for the affordable housing program. Ladies and gentlemen, evidence abounds that one of the challenges that has seriously constrained the growth of this sector is its inability to access credit at affordable terms.
But with 85% of SMEs in Kenya having not been registered and operating without license, Stawi Loan will be so close, yet so far away, until they adhere to the compliance requirements that will make them eligible for the loan. For Metropole TV, Amondero Oganga.
Finally, the cost of bottled non-alcoholic beverages is set to go up starting next week as the Kenya Revenue Authority begins the implementation of accessible goods management system. KRA will implement the system on locally manufactured and imported bottled water, juices, energy drinks, soda and other non-alcoholic beverages as from the 13th of November 2019.
The Kenya Revenue Authority announced that it will in September this year introduce the accessible goods management system that will see non-alcoholic beverages charged a 50-cent excise tax. This is after the rollout of the new system, which was slated for August 1st last year, was delayed by a High Court ruling and parliamentary audit. But following a court ruling that gave a green light for the implementation of the new tax stamp, the KRA says it will from Wednesday next week effect the new system, which is targeting to raise at least 4 billion shillings in additional revenue.
We expect our taxpayers to comply because we have engaged them, we have taken them through, we are still free to engage them, and we don't expect anybody to offer for sale any product where they have not actually affixed the revenue stamps after 13th of November.
The cost of excise stamp for bottled water will be at 50 cents per stamp, while that of soda, juice and other non-alcoholic beverages will be at 60 cents per stamp. The KRA Commissioner for Domestic Taxes says KRA officers will embark on operations to fish out non-compliant traders as the new excise duty comes into effect.
We have the enforcement team who will be going out to support the taxpayers and also identify these products, if at all we will find them. But I am very optimistic that there is no taxpayer, after our serious engagement with them, who will again go against the law.
KRA has so far installed the accessible goods management system in over 60 factories of non-alcoholic beverages across the country.
You remember we talked of 64 with automated, yeah? So that is the next action we are going to take, because we want everybody, when you are selling, you must sell in a manner that you can be able to affix a stamp. If you cannot be able to affix a stamp, we just have to look at how are you going to move on with your business.
KRA will allow the sale of already circulating products without the stamp to the end of January next year. However, the price of bottled water and other non-alcoholic beverages is expected to increase by an average of 7 shillings per litre with the installation of new generation excise stamp of non-alcoholic beverages. Members of the Water Bottlers Association of Kenya say that they have no choice but to pass on the additional cost of the stamp to consumers.
So when we are being charged excise, and actually it's not us, it's the public, because actually we are only being used by the government as a conduit to collect tax, and therefore the water that people use on a daily basis as clean water is going to be unaffordable.
The new system was first introduced in 2013 on alcoholic and cigarettes. Since then, the system has enabled KRA to raise 5.6 billion shillings monthly. Victoria Amunga for Metropole TV, Nairobi.
All right, and with that story, we end the episode of the Big Ten this week. I've been your host, Nina Shaban. Do make a debt with me next week on another edition of the Big Ten on Metropole TV, Kenya's first business station.